Hi, my name is Maxi. I'm in my 30s, and it's tough because all my girlfriends are trying to get pregnant, and they're dealing with fertility issues. They're doing IVF. They're like, Maxi, it's so hard. I have to have sex even when I don't feel like it. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea. I've been doing IVF this whole time. Ma'am, are you also doing IVF? I feel like the friends who are pressuring me most to have kids are the ones making it look least attractive. All my friends who've had kids and are trying to pressure me into it look like they've gotten off the most violent roller coaster they've ever been on. They're just like, oh my God, I feel sick. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? It was the best. You got to try it. Me and my boyfriend have decided we are not having kids. And I feel bad robbing him of that typical father experience. You know, all my friends' husbands get to look at their pregnant wives and be like, I did that to her. So I feel bad for him. Once a week, I let him put his cooking inside me. He makes me dinner and gets to watch me on the couch in a food coma. He's like, I did that to her. I love carrying his food baby. One time he fed me dinner before a red eye. I went to the airport and I'm rubbing my stomach. Some lady comes up and goes, oh, when are you due? I was like, oh, just about another 6 hours. I do get the domestic pride of building a life and building a family, though. Like once a week or so, I watch him taking my hair out of the shower drain, and I'm like, I did that to him. I think there's so much pressure on women to be fertile, though. It sucks. So much pressure to be fertile. I saw a billboard the other day for pregnancy lingerie. She's already pregnant. Leave her alone. The point of lingerie is to trick someone into sleeping with you. Mission accomplished. Trying to get a pregnant woman to wear lingerie is like trying to give a tennis lesson to Serena Williams. She knows what she's doing. That ad is definitely not for her. The ad is definitely for the guy who got her pregnant. Pregnancy lingerie. For the man who wants to hear her say, get off of me! That would not put me in the mood. If the guy who knocked me up makes me wear tiny little lace panties, I'd be like, oh yeah? What about the guy who got to say, they're too small, they're too tight, I don't like them, please don't make me wear them, about condoms? Why do you think we're in this mess? You want to sell a pregnant woman something to wear? Sell her something that'll keep a dick away for a good long time. Like wide leg jeans. I went shopping with my boyfriend. He's like, oh, those are so unattractive. I was like, I'll take 6 pairs. I think it's bullshit that there's so much pressure on women's bodies to be sexy their whole lives. Men's bodies can't even be useful their whole lives. I dated a guy who struggled with erectile dysfunction, and it was really hard to get him help because I was like, we need to see a professional. He's like, Max, I'm really not comfortable speaking with a sex worker. So I finally dragged him to a doctor, and wouldn't you know, at the moment I got him in there, it starts working perfectly. I'm like, oh, this is so embarrassing. I promise you it wasn't working an hour ago. We're not trying to waste your time. Here, I can prove it. Look at the video I took. I had to ask the doctor, is there anything I can be doing to help him get it up? He's like, maybe try wearing skinnier jeans. I was like, I hate them. They're too small. They're uncomfortable. Don't make me. All right. I just think it's unfair. Dick lets you down in ways vagina never does. I'm sorry. Friday night, you're a cool crowd, I can tell you this. None of you have ever run into whiskey pussy. I mean, come on. Dudes, none of you have been out with your friends like, hey man, you hook up with that girl last night? Nah, man, she got too drunk. She couldn't get it open. And look, I know I sound angry. I know I sound like a harsh feminist. Some of you are looking at me like, oh, you're probably one of those women who's my pussy this, my pussy that, pussy pride. No, I hate those girls. My pussy's a goddess. I'm always like, a goddess. I'm more practical. Mine's more like an air fryer. I first got it, I was like, I'm gonna use this all the time. After a little while, you're like, takeout's faster. Some appliances are just not worth the trouble. There are nights where I don't even have the energy to turn the stove on. And look, I love women having pride in their sexuality. I think there's nothing wrong with treating pussies like goddesses. I just hate that it sets up the expectation that we treat dicks like gods. And hey, I already treat my boyfriend's dick like God, okay? I ignore it except for major holidays. It's hard these days to feel sexy, though. It's hard, especially when we have things like mammograms happening. Has anyone here had a mammogram? It snuck up on me. I didn't realize I was already the age where I had to pay a stranger to touch my breast. If you don't know, a mammogram is where someone takes your breast and tries to juice it. They actually recommend self-care exams at home, but I could never fit my tit into the Vitamix. We don't put enough effort into women's research because I don't like a medical procedure that has the same process as extracting milk from an almond. Which is how they get almond milk. If you don't know, they take a little almond, they put it between two plates, and they say, hold still, don't breathe. Even the exam name made me feel old. Mammogram. I kept telling the technician, can we call it a missogram? She's like, ma'am. Thank you guys. I've been Maxi Witrak. Have a good night. Give it up for your host.